This Evans Soundoff is a 13-inch drumhead that's made from one single ply of mesh. As you'll hear from the sound samples, this will dramatically reduce the volume of any drum you put it on, and can be used with triggers if needed. One of the most important things about picking up a practice pad or a skin like this is the feel. Is this an accurate reflection of what it feels like to sit down and play on an acoustic drum?
Okay, so when we're talking about the feel of this, I would describe it as maybe a little bit harshly, but as a very untrue representation of what an actual acoustic drum kit will feel like. So when you're playing this, it has a very enthusiastic rebound. When you hit it, it's pretty much like hitting a trampoline. I mean, you get that spring back extremely fast, nothing like you would get an acoustic drum kit. So it's very much like if you've ever played on an electric drum kit and you're able to pull off all these things that you were never able to pull off before on an acoustic drum kit. But then when you sit back down on your acoustic drum kit, you can't play those things. It's the same kind of situation. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a mesh pad. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to a sound demo playing the full drum kit, a full practice drum kit. Before we do, I just want to show you what it's like on the snare. So right here we have Piccolo Drum from Pearl. We've got the Evans Soundoff. We're going to just see what it sounds like with the snare wires, because there's a completely different sound, obviously, when you have the snare wires on than when you have them off. So let's have a look at this. This is with the snare wires on. Okay, so that's quite loud. Now it's not bringing down the house, but at the same time, it's as loud as a very loud practice pads, we'll put it that way. But if you take the snare wires off, and this is what it would sound like if you had it on the toms. So snare wires off, same thing, have a listen. Okay, so the sound comes down dramatically. So those snare wires will lift up the sound a little bit, but that's the two different sounds that you will get out of a snare. So what we'll do is we'll listen to the whole thing on an actual drum kit. This is a practice drum kit. This is what I teach off, and I also the odd time practice with it. It's going to have A-Lady Zildjian cymbals. It's going to have the Evans Soundoff on the snare, but on the toms, it's going to have Remo silent stroke heads. Okay, let's try it now with the snare wires off. So when we're talking about durability, it's been very, very good. I've had one of these for over 2 years, never had an issue with it. It's strong, it's good stuff. The one thing I will say though is be very, very careful what sticks you use with it. Don't use sticks that have been battered up. Don't use sticks that have the tip chipped, because it's that sharpness or anything like that that will make a hole in the mesh head. And once that happens, it's game over. The fibers are put together like that, and once one of those fibers break, you've literally got a small little hole, and then that just leads to tearing. So and it's game over. Then you're going to have to replace it. So if you play it with good drumsticks, you shouldn't have any issue, and it will last for a very long time.
If you're looking to bring down the volume of a drum kit, this is an extremely good way of doing it. Other than the small issue of the feel, which is generally something that every practice pad or skin has, This is an extremely good buy, coming in at around 15 to 20 euros, pounds or dollars. So it's definitely a contender if you're in the market to pick up something like this. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Don't be afraid to hit the like button, hit me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe. I'll see you next week for a brand new video.
Guys, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and if you like what you've seen here today, you can see a lot more videos. Just click on any of them here on the screen.